notes. Excellent. So this is better than it was last semester, but we have things more or less working. Great. So just let me double check now for the folks online. Benjamin, yes, can you see me and hear me? Great. And we will go over there for that. Good. We have the live chat there. I just need a tiny bit of water to get myself back into this moment because I've been all over here. And let's get into the saddle. Hop on the horse. Is the horse ready? Yeah, I think so. Horse going to be a problem today? No. No, you're not going to be a problem. And how are we doing for our view? I can see it on my phone. That will be the recording. Let's adjust the camera. That's going to be the best we're going to get today. So, welcome everyone to, at last, we are set up as best we can for the class that you have chosen to take, called Global Leader. And welcome to this 2026 semester. For all of you in person right now, this will be your first class of the semester at this college, at least this semester. And what I want to do today is introduce you to what you have stepped into this room and into this course for this semester. Okay, so by the end of the next 90 minutes or so, you're going to have a very good sense of whether you've chosen the right class or not. And you have lots of other excellent Gen Ed electives and time to, if you want, pull out of this class and take any other great classes taught by my colleagues. But today, you'll get a sense of what this is. And you're going to meet the others in the class. You'll meet people online, and you're going to walk out of here, I think, with a really good idea of what education can be going forwards in this new millennium. We are in the 2000s. We're in a new millennium, and it requires, for all of us, something new. We are living through history as well, and I'm going to tell you about that too. So first, let me just make sure that all the tech is working the best it can today, okay? Meaning, first, we have to make sure the doors are closed there. So could one of you over there just stand up and swing those doors closed? And you will, excellent, that's all you have to do. We'll leave the blinds up for now, even though probably we should have them down just for better lighting. But essentially, we're going to take this step by step. My name is Lon Appleby. I'm your professor in this room, and I teach everything that I teach out of this room at Durham College. As a matter of fact, I helped to build this space, and as well as this center a few years ago. And so I like to think I'm part of something new in education here. I teach the story of humanity out of this room, past, present, and future. So you will see, for example, students in this class who've been in other classes of mine that I teach here, Gen Ed electives. One is called Short History of the World, which is all about, the human race on planet Earth and how we got here. And it's a remarkable story. And I think, Ron, you were in short history, right? Yeah, okay, good. So Ron will be able to, at times, tell us a little bit about that, but you will see other students who've been in some of these courses. As well, I teach a course called Humanity's Destiny, which is about our future, and that I do on Wednesday afternoons. And then there's Global Leader. And essentially what I do is I teach the story of the human race on planet Earth, past, present, and future. Who are we? The global leaders of today, the humans on planet Earth. That's your class right now. Where do we come from? That's short history of the world. And where are we going? That's humanity's destiny. So I'm very much the humanity guy here at the college, past, present, and future. And Global Leader is the class that we're going to set up and tee up for you today. And it's all about the world today. It's all about the people who are the leaders on planet Earth. That's you, the humans, but it's also the important people, whether they're in politics, whether they're in economics, whether they're in healthcare, business, or war and peace, anywhere on the world. These are the people who are thinking in a much more planetary, global way. And that's why you've signed up for this class, to meet some of these people and also learn this semester how to really think about the planet and about humanity as a whole. So what I'd like to do today is a lot, but I can't, because we can only handle so much. We're humans, and I can only throw so much at you before you either get bored, you get stressed out, or you get confused, or you just want a little break. We're humans. We're not machines. So I need to take this step by step. All right? Well, guess what? I think I just saw a hand start to go up, which means that there is a brave student in this class. Before I go to you and ask your name and we'll get into this, I need to address a technical matter. Let me just show you something now so everybody can see what is going on, okay? The tech in this room is experimental and it's of the future, and it doesn't always work. And if any of you have been involved in any kind of new technological enterprise where you're pushing the envelope with tech, you will have learned that tech is way, way, way behind the human in terms of what it can do. And so our tech is an infant in this classroom, and it doesn't do what the human I want it to do, always. If I'd walked in here today and everything was set up properly, you would not see, for example, right there in the top left-hand corner, that's our YouTube live stream right now. That's how I get a recording for everybody who will be watching the class later offline. I'll explain how this class works. It's a very, very flexible hybrid online. But for the moment, what you see up there is not what you should normally be seeing. You shouldn't be seeing me on my webcam standing at the podium. That's our backup. That's our workaround today. What you should be seeing is the camera back there working, and you would see a wide shot of the whole room. I'm talking about largely the people online right now, but I need to speak to everybody. That camera would move around the room. I'd be able to control it. There's microphones. None of that's working right now. And in part, it's because of the times we live in. We are living through very economically difficult times. Just yesterday, the college put a complete freeze on hiring. So I don't have the support I used to have in this room. We built this room, $500,000 video wall, to do some amazing things. But then came Donald Trump and his second term, and tariffs and cuts to international students, and we lost a lot of our revenue because of all the international students who pay a lot of money to come here. They're not coming here anymore. We can't bring them here. And so I'm a one-man band, and this tech is not working the way it should. So I'm stuck with right now the microphone on my laptop, the camera on my laptop, and that's the best we're going to get for now. For everybody in what I call the cosmos, which is those people online and those people watching the recordings later. Okay, so I just need to say this. But I'm also a workaround guy. I've learned, having just turned 63, and decided a few years ago that I would embrace technology and jump right into it, that if you can't develop a workaround mentality in this world today, this global, planet-wide, technological, connected world, if you can't figure out how to adjust to tech stress, you will be lost. You will be destroyed by this juggernaut of a technological Elon Musk big tank world where all the tech companies are rolling all over you right now. And we need to adjust and get stronger mentally to deal with this. So you're going to learn this semester. There's a lot of tech workarounds that I do in this class. But ultimately, the point of it is to give you choice. You can come in person and sit on the couches if you can. You don't have to right now, but you will eventually begin to understand what the beauty of this space is. It's largely an in-person class. That's what I like it to be. And we have an amazing discussion in this circle here. And usually I'll hand out microphone if everything's working. But then there's a whole other layer, 2 layers. There's the asynchronous, or I should say the live synchronous group, which is the Cosmos. And that is right now those students who are in the video conference system, and that would be Nathan, and that would be Hassan, and that would be Benjamin. They are the Cosmos right now. They're live. I'm not asking them to share their video or their audio because nobody wants to do that anymore. And I get that. The pandemic killed our ability to be online and talk. Nobody wants to be frozen in front of a camera faking it. They want to be freer when they're online. So Nathan, Hassan, and Benjamin, I know are there. We'll check for a moment, but they're there as their icons and their little planets, cosmos. Then there's the other layer, which is all the students who are not live, and they're going to be watching the recording. This class has 30 students in it. If you do the math, right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 in person, 3 online right now. So there's 15 other students that are waiting for the recording later, and they will get it today. You have the choice. Each week, you can come online, you can come in person, you can watch the recording later. So we like to think we have built a super flexible, state-of-the-art, post-pandemic classroom in which we use the tech to give everybody a chance to be free to choose how they want to engage with the class. But there's always a class every week, always a class. I'm always here, and there are always some students here. So that is the format. Now, I want to come back to something that happened that never really happens that much in this class. A student raised his hand early on. I have to stay here right now at the podium. Normally, if everything were working, I'd walk over, I'd have a microphone on me. Here, I'd walk over, everybody would see me walking over. I'd bring a microphone to you. You talk as if it's karaoke, holding it really nice and close so the audio sounds like a podcast, not like really roomy and distant with microphones up there, but really close. I can't do that right now. I have to stay here and use this microphone on my laptop. But in order for us to have interaction today, first, I'm not going to put you too much on the spot, okay? I'm not going to bring this webcam over to you, which has its own microphone, and you can use it as a microphone. For now, since it's the first class today, let me just welcome you and say hello. What's your name? Waleed. Waleed, excellent. Waleed, would you do me a favor and lead the way right now, okay? Could you please stand up, go to the smartboard, take the pen, and normally we'd have the camera following him, and I'd be doing a little bit of play-by-play like a hockey game. Here goes Waleed. He's, going to score like, play-by-play of what's happening here, like Hockey Night in Canada, but can't do that. Waleed's over at the smartboard now. Go and you see to the left a pen. Could you just write your name at number 2, your full name? Waleed. Last name too. Excellent. Now, you can see up there, that's what the recording and the live stream shows for now. Okay, anytime. So, Waleed, since nobody can really see you and hear you, it's okay. Why don't you come back to your seat and we're going to take this really step by step, okay? Waleed, I first would like to not just welcome you, but thank you for being brave. And before I ask you a question, I'd like to make a point to all of you. You have come into this class to learn about global leadership. You've come into this class to learn about the globe and about leadership. Do you want to know what is a critical quality in order for you to lead rather than follow? Thank you. Smart student sitting over here. What's your name? Elizabeth, could you do me a favor and go and write your name now on over there? And we're going to fill this board up with on board. Who's on board the spacecraft? Global class today. We're on an adventure. We explore global leadership. So now we have Elizabeth. Is it Shada by? Yes. See, I was checking the class list last night and I was driving up on the 407 at 6:30 in the morning with my 3 espressos or so. I was trying to get my memory going. Thank you, Elizabeth. Elizabeth Chada has just written her name. So for all of you in the Cosmos and recording, you can see we have Waleed, Elizabeth, and me so far officially on board. But there are many others here that you will see. Elizabeth just said that courage is a critical quality for global leadership. And, well, within the first few minutes of the class, we're already seeing it with Waleed. So, Waleed, why did you raise your hand?
I just wanted to make a point that you said that we're not machines, and we're going to agree on that, but they are like they're saying that they're talking about implanting chips in the human brain. So.
Are you talking about Elon Musk and Neuralink by any chance? Just a theory. We'll be talking a lot about Elon Musk. We'll be doing case studies on global leaders. I'd like to tell you a little fact about Elon Musk, some truth. By the way, as brilliant as he is, do you know that his mother lives in Canada? Do you know that he spent time in Canada? He has a brother, and that when they went to the United States, they lied. They're illegal immigrants. Check it. One of the things you're going to learn about global leadership and about the people who rise to power in this world is they may be brilliant, but they can also be very rotten. Ethically, they may do things that are very sleazy, but you don't have to be that. There are some great leaders. So that's just a little bit of information for you, for those of you who may venerate and think Elon Musk is, an amazing gift to humanity. From an engineering standpoint, he might be. But as a human being, not so sure. So, Waleed, you mentioned about this chip. And just to help you, and I mentioned Neuralink. Do you know what Neuralink is? The company Neuralink? What do you think it does?
Basically, specializes in advanced technology like in bionics.
Yes. And who is the visionary behind Neuralink? Elon Musk. He has begun his experiments with implanting a small chip into the human brain. And that chip is then connected to a computer. And that computer can communicate with that chip and then control what the brain chemistry is doing. That's what is happening right now in the world. And it's really great that you kind of responded to this idea of human and machine, because that's what global leadership involves today, is understanding how to marry the machine and the human being in a way that's going to be good for humanity. We are living through a historical moment. You may not fully understand this, and I'm going to help you this semester. You and I and your children are among the humans on planet Earth who are now entering a moment in history where it appears that the machines that we've created, called artificial intelligence, are becoming so fast and smart that they are going to surpass us in complete control. And so the challenge today for all of you, for me, is, do you know how to use your tech wisely? Well, I'll just say finally, and then we're going to continue. We have so much to do with an activity today, and all of you, I want to set up so many things, but I am not going to ask you to leave your laptops and your phones out of the classroom when you enter. I'm not going to ask you to remove your earpieces and to remove any kind of tech when you come in. What I am going to ask you to do is, when you come into the classroom as a good leader, you're going to be able to focus on the moment. Anybody who leads has enormous responsibility for so many things. If you're not present in the moment, in reality, and you are constantly distracted with your machines and devices, you cannot lead. You will follow. You will follow what is given to you on a screen. You will follow what is being given to you on your earpiece, and you will constantly be distracted and stressed, and probably seeing a therapist, talking to somebody about medication, because you are so rattled, because you're so stressed, because anxiety is taking control of you, and you don't know what to do. So part of my challenge is going to be helping you to reflect on your relationship with your machines. And part of my challenge will be, and I can already see this with the students, some of them here, they are automatically defaulting as they enter into a space with other human beings to what they're seeing on their laptops. But some of you are actually listening. And I'm going to try my best to be so good as your professor, so knowledgeable, so on top of things, that you're going to be forced to listen. And you're going to start to listen to your other students in class. And when we do activities, you're actually going to care what Waleed said, and what Elizabeth said, and what Ron said. And when you get into group activities and team activities, you're actually going to be able to bring your computer in and your device and use it. But remember, you're a human. You're not a machine. So let's just stop for a moment, okay? And I would like the rest of you, not Waleed and not Elizabeth, but the rest of you to go over to the board and just write all your names on the board, okay? On board. So you can line up. You're going to be doing this every class, and I'll explain how this works. Could you walk over and just do what Waleed and Elizabeth did, okay? And you can go with them, but you can rest too, okay? And the same for Benjamin and Hassan and Nathan. Could you please write your full names in the live chat so I know that you're here? And let's just see if, great, thanks, Benjamin. Hassan, good. And I want to make sure there are no ghosts out there, because sometimes the cosmos is filled with ghosts, which would mean Hassan, right now, I may be wrong, but I believe you are not a real person. You're a ghost. Are you ghosting this class? Okay. Well, Hassan, I'm not going to belabor this, so I'm just going to move on, okay? And for all of you watching the recordings later, I'm going to explain all of how the marking and everything is going to work shortly. So excellent. And please write clearly good. Is that Lucas? Lucas? Yeah, thanks. Okay, I got it. Lucas McDonald? Okay, thank you. Jordan, Axel, Lindsay, lovely. So please make sure you're all on board, then come back and I will explain more. Now, for anybody in the cosmos right now, Nathan and Benjamin, do you have any questions that you'd like to ask? Or even if you can, jump on your microphone and let's see if we can hear you. I'm not sure if we can today, but at least if you have anything you'd like to say, park it in the live chat for now, okay? And we will address it later. And as far as anybody here in person goes, already we've had a demonstration of courage, Waleed and Elizabeth, and it's interesting that they came and sat on the couches too, so they want to learn. But you will become more comfortable with this format, I promise you. Do any of you have any questions? Anything you'd like to ask or say? Hold on a second, Waleed, over here. You don't have to, okay? I just want to give you a chance to participate, okay? Anything over here? You're good? Okay? And no problem if you've got your earpiece in. No problem. But I'm going to assume you can hear me, okay? Just try, if you have something else going on there, another reality happening, please reflect on the fact that maybe multitasking is actually not such a good thing. Multitasking can create distraction. I'm just assuming, I may be wrong, that in your earpiece right now is something else happening. Okay, now here comes the kind of the first scary part. You will notice behind me these notes. And what this smartboard, these are the global classroom notes. Now, let me just show you something, okay? I can't talk because I won't. Yes, I can. Watch just a second. I'm going to move, and here comes some real experimenting. And let's see if this is going to work. Come on. Yeah. This has a microphone on. So let's see. Hold on a second. Okay. Benjamin, can you hear me clearly right now? Yes? Okay. Benjamin, are you getting dizzy? Like, do you need some Bravo or something? Okay, good. Okay. Oh, now this is going to work just fine. Okay, so this is a microphone, but it's also a camera. So now everybody can see what's happening. You see, these notes over here, I'll do this so it's not annoying, okay? I mean, there's a fine line between experimenting and being an idiot. Okay, so let's just put this over here for now. It will come here, and then that sort of there. Oh,
Keep it on the lower table.
yeah, I'll do this. Oh, that's what I did before. I'm going to come down here, okay, and I'm going to sit here with all of you. Nice. And then it's going to be kind of like that for now. There we go. Okay, so I'm talking to everybody now. You, the Cosmos, all those people asynchronously who are somewhere else right now. The notes. The notes are really, really important in this class, and we've started them. We've put everybody's name on board. But Benjamin, if you for some reason can't hear me clearly, just put Lon in the live chat, can't hear you. Every week, there has to be somebody to take the notes. It's not going to be me.
It's not going to be me either.
So we have to pick a person today, and then we have to, with those notes, make a list of all the important dates this semester that are coming in terms of assignments and all sorts of other things. So we're going to be doing live PowerPoints. You think of these cards. Watch what will happen, okay? So Ron, would you be able to find an angle for this? Like just,
Okay.
all right, play around with this and find an angle, and you can see there, and I'm going to show you something, okay? See how this works.
Elf. Yes. I'll just hold it, whatever.
Okay, just hold it, and maybe you can be my cameraman for the moment.
All right. That'll look good on a resume.
Yeah, absolutely. You're in music business management and
Yeah.
video production. So right now, you're going to do what I used to do as a documentary filmmaker. I produce many documentaries and television programs. You can see a lot of it is online. You'll be my cameraman following me around or following the subject around in a documentary. So, find a nice angle right now, okay? What's a good angle, that would be, you can
This looks
direct
flattering
him
on
if
you.
you want, okay? As long as I can be heard.
Okay.
As long as I can be heard. So, the in-person students have less work to do every week. Because you've come in person, you don't have to do that much after the class in terms of reflections. But all the people in the Cosmos will have more work to do in order to get their marks. You see, you drove here, you took a bus here, you walked here, you made time to come in person. And so you have been clearly demonstrating motivation. So every week, there is a participation mark worth 2.5%. We're going to get that up there in a moment, okay? We'll get that up there. 5 out of 5. In order for the in-person group to get their 5 out of 5 every week, you go to the discussion board after the class. Already there is a discussion board posted on DC Connect. I will show you everything. It's all there for you. Benjamin, when I turn away and talk like this, is it still okay? What did he say?
Yes.
So, when this class is done today, you will have between now and next week to go to the Class 1 folder on DC Connect, where you will see the recording, you will see the notes, the PDF of the notes, you will see the live chat there as well, but you will also see discussion board. You click on that, it takes you to Class 1 discussion board, and all you have to do to get your 5 out of 5 is you have to form a question. One question based on the class that you think is really important to ask. You're going to do a question every week. One really important question to ask. However, there will be a student who will be chosen or will volunteer during the class to be the note taker. As soon as you do that, as soon as you walk over there and take the notes for the class, you've got your 5 out of 5. Are you following? Following? So that you don't have to go to the discussion board and do the question, etc. For the students online, you have not only a question to put there, but a 250-word explanation of why you asked that question. And that's how you'll get your 5 out of 5. Is this all making sense? If it isn't, we'll review it in a moment, because we're going to put this into our live PowerPoint. How are we going to do that? Who would, right now, like their immediately 5 out of 5? Who's going to be today's scribe, note taker? Going to write things.
This is
the test. Let's see. I could choose from here based on handwriting, but I'm not going to put anybody on the spot. I don't want anybody to feel uncomfortable for however they wrote. However, I hope some of you might feel a little uncomfortable when you leave today's class and you go, why didn't I volunteer? Why didn't I have the guts? Why didn't I have the courage like Waleed and Elizabeth did? So, I'm just going to stop talking for the moment until somebody volunteers. We need it. We've got to make notes. These notes are critical. This is not a class where I stand up and give you a prepackaged PowerPoint. That's old education. It's deadly. It's old information. It's boring. There are great PowerPoints, unquestionably. But the classroom has to change in this century in order for us to be smarter. That's what I'm trying to do. Make it really interactive and engaging. We have to process what happens in this class with our own brains and our own hand writing. That's what those notes are for. Do you really want me to be sitting at home, spending hours looking for the right image and the right bullet points with the right information, and walk in, stand beside the screen, and just read from PowerPoints? You will never come in person again. That's not what education should be in this room. So, we have active brains. You're in person. This is real. We need to be alive with human minds. Who is going to be the person? Waleed, go for it. Go. Ready to go. Waleed, I'd like you to put your finger at the bottom right corner and make a new slide. Way to go. Thanks, Ron. And I will do this. Yeah, exactly. What I'll do is I'll bring this back. So now I know Ron's managing that. I'll bring this back so I can be using the microphone on my laptop and you can hear me. Okay? Great. Anytime you want to know what the hell is happening in cyberspace, you can see it there in the top. Way to go, Waleed. Yeah, we got, let me deal with this. We don't want this guy. We don't want this, sort of semi-good looking, smart-ish influencer who's going to get your attention and tell you all sorts of things that are half true and mostly hype.
He could be a global leader tomorrow.
He could be, but I think he has to get a little more depth. A little more depth. So we'll just leave that for now. Waleed, could you please write down as a heading, global leader? Just write down global leader, right at the top, okay? Yeah, just right there. Yeah, start with the G. Yeah, that's it. Global, Global. Yeah, you got it. Global leader. Nice. Here comes our first PowerPoint slide. I'd like to spend the next 15 minutes or so putting some critical information down for you. Then after that, I'm going to ask you all to rise and we're going to do a little speed sort of meeting activity where half the class is going to stand facing this way and the other half is going to face that way. And you're going to meet each other, but I'm going to give you a question to ask each other. So you're going to get to know each other a bit more, okay? I'm doing a lot of talking right now, but I want you to be able to. So we need, with the help of Waleed's notes, to understand exactly what do we mean by global leader. And in the speed activity that this will end with today, I'm going to ask you to think about where you would like to be by the end of this semester with this course. What would you like to achieve in this course besides a great mark? I know that. But really, what are you here to learn? You're going to have a chance to talk to each other about that. But for now, I'd like to give you some critical things that you can expect in this course, including some dates and assignments and other things, okay? But first, global leader. Well, what is this course exactly? Okay, Ron, please go ahead.
A global leader is someone whose actions have global consequences.
Global and local consequences. Could you write that down, please? Global and local consequences. Thanks, Ron. In fact, Ron has already identified something that's going to stare you in the face every time you go to the content page on DC Connect and you go to the class folder. You're going to land on a big card that says to be global. Could you just write underneath that, Waleed, to be global? That's right. To be global, not global, global. Yeah, sure. Yeah, thank you, Ron. Very good. A global leader is not just somebody who thinks about the whole world. A global leader is ultimately somebody who thinks about their own community and cares about what's happening immediately in their community, but is aware of what's happening in the rest of the world, is learning from the rest of the world, and may do something for their community that is so interesting that the rest of the world is going to start to follow and listen. You have to be global and you have to be local at the same time. You already are. You may not have thought of it that way, but you are. How many of you like video games? Okay. How many of you play video games regularly? How many of you, when you play video games regularly, happen to play with people from other countries? Well, You might be aware that the jeans that you are wearing right now, the dye, the material, the belt that you have on, they've all been made in some other part of the world. And there's a thing called a global supply chain. And that's how come you have your nice buckle and you have your nice blue, jeans, and you have the right material, because one thing comes from somewhere else, it all moves around, and eventually there it is. Your food. Do you know where your breakfast came from? All over the place. You are global and local all at the same time. And here's the next thing that global leaders have to deal with. This is going to be there all semester. And it's going to help you in all of your other courses. It's called complexity. Could you write that down? Complexity. To be global and to be local at the same time, just write down complexity, just underneath to be local. Excellent, Wally. Complexity, Complexity. Let me just see if this is landing with the students here. How many of you, just raise a hand, would say that your day today is pretty simple and straightforward? That you have just one or two things to think about? One or two? One or two? I'm going to try something and see if that's really true. The others who didn't answer are already kind of on it. They're starting to understand that they have a lot of moving parts in their day, a lot of things they have to worry about and think about in order for it all to come together nicely. Complexity is being able to handle all these different moving parts, things that are happening here, there, and you all want it to work together so you can go to bed at night and have a nice sleep instead of being stressed because the day was too complex, because you're overwhelmed. I just want to see with the students who said one or two, if that's really the case, because I have a sneaking suspicion that the students that said one or two or three actually have a bit of stress in their lives. And that stress comes from possibly feeling overwhelmed. Let me just check and see, okay? Hold on. This is, let's see how courageous the students are right now. The students who said one or two, I think was here, what's your name? Lindsay and Melanie. And then this other student who really doesn't want me to point at her, identify her, and is sitting next to Melanie. Did you say one or two as well? No. There's a student just behind who's been nodding a lot, and I think she's getting a lot of things. What's her name? Kendra? Kendra, thank you. Okay. Let's come back to Lindsay and Melanie for a moment. Lindsay and Melanie, would you come up to the podium? Let's see. You don't have to, and I will not mark you down. I don't want you to be stressed. Yeah, but I want to teach you something already in this class. I want you to be a little bit uncomfortable and stressed, because that's the world we live in today. You have to be able to live with stress all the time.
Tell this for grades. That'll stress them.
A lot of grades, but I'm lying. You ready? Not so. No. Melanie, you ready? Not so sure. I'm going to just make a determination right now and say, I think that they're feeling a little bit of anxiety, and I'm just going to leave it at that. And I'd like you to ask yourselves, why do they have anxiety? Could it be that they can't quite handle the world today? Maybe I'm being harsh. I want to make you think, okay? No other reason for me saying these things, okay, Lindsay? If you feel that I've gone too far, come tell me afterwards. Don't ever identify me in class like that again, and I never will, and I will apologize, okay? But the reason I'm doing this is because I want you to feel some stress, and then I want you to actually act in spite of it. That's what a leader does. A leader is the duck. Calm the pond, but underneath, you never see all that anxiety, all that stuff moving, the legs. They figured out how to kind of get that sweet spot, that balance right between the stress and between doing things. Stress never goes away. I hate to break the news. The more you get into life, the more you rise, the more you take on responsibility, the stress increases. What are you going to do? Okay, so I'm going to say one other thing. A leader is very resilient. Could you write that down? Resilient. Yeah, resilient. A leader in the world today, which is very complicated, must reflect on how they deal with anxiety. Could you write that down, please? Yes, underneath that. And when you finish, could you just correct the spelling in resilient? Thanks. That's right. And just put your finger over A and just rub it and put an E. Lovely. Way to go. A leader? Yeah. All the time. If you don't want anxiety, go live off the grid. Go to the country and unplug. And so no problem. I do that when I have to unplug. But when I get back into the game of life today, when I get on the ice, put my skates on, I know I'm going to get hit. My skates better be sharp. The ice is not very good. Well, I'm going to have to deal with crappy ice, and I'm still going to have to move the puck. I'm going to have to put the puck on Ron's stick, even though there's all this snow on the ice, because the Zamboni broke down, because the idiots were not fixing the ice. So what? I'll figure it out. The final thing I will say, final, is the globe part of leader. You are going to develop in this class a much more planet-wide perspective. Planet-wide perspective. I hope that by the end of the semester, when you meet interesting people and we do activities and I give lectures about the whole world today, let's look at it for the moment. Let me bring this back. Well, let's start with this. There is the International Space Station right now. It's about 430 kilometers up there, moving around the planet, orbiting planet Earth every 90 minutes. It goes around the Earth. That's a live view, live. That's where Chris Hadfield lived for 6 months, the Canadian astronaut. Jeremy Hansen is another Canadian astronaut who's just about to go on an important mission to the moon very shortly. He's our next great astronaut. But all of you know the name Chris Hadfield, I suspect. If you don't, he was the Canadian astronaut who lived for 6 months on the International Space Station and was the captain of that. He's the one who played his guitar and sang from the space station. He's a very accomplished musician, engineer, and he's a Canadian farm boy originally from somewhere in Ontario, just like Jeremy Hansen. The International Space Station is going around the planet right now, and it's over the South Pacific at the moment. You can see, and it moves at something like 7.7 kilometers per second. Per second. Can you get that planet-wide cosmic space scope scale into your head? Something is moving at 7 kilometers per second. That's real. In order for you to be able to think planet-wide today, it's not just about thinking of all of these countries here, which we will get into. All 196 independent nations called human civilization. Ultimately, it starts over here with the planet. This is your life today. You live in this planet-wide world. So you have to kind of open yourself to these bigger scales. 7 kilometers per second? What is that? And an hour? Well, it's from Whitby to Oshawa in, I don't know, 2 seconds? The idea of thinking in this planet-wide way means you have to open yourself now to a much bigger way of looking at everything in your life. It's called the big picture. The big picture. And I hope that by the end of this semester, you will feel that not only have you started to understand what global leadership is and your potential maybe to be among these new emerging leaders, but you're going to find that whether you go back to practical nursing, general arts and science, music management, sports administration, police foundations, paramedic, firefighting, computer programming, perhaps. This idea of a larger view is going to help you to solve problems more effectively. What is the totality here? You're not a little thing. You have a big mind and you can understand all that bigger stuff now. That's what you're going to do in this class. Your mindset is going to grow too. So I'm going to stop. And please write down, your mindset will grow. Your intellectual powers will grow. Humans are the creators of the machines. They can never control us. We feel too deeply. We're too crazy. We're too weird. We are the humans. You are a human, and you have an amazing brain that can think big. Ron?
This is supposing in an ideal circumstance that these leaders have empathy and they're able to understand the human condition, because I feel that the world post the Industrial Revolution has been so that us humans are treated like machines and are measured by our productivity and output more so than the uniqueness of our individual character.
That's right. And that is something that many leaders understand too, is that they tap into something that they really dream of doing that makes them special. And then they build an initiative, a company, ideas around something that means so much to them. Whether they're in religion, great religious leaders, political leaders, sports leaders, they're all out there, community leaders. So I'm going to stop for now, and I'd like Waleed to just review for us for the moment, and maybe let's try this, okay? Could you take the camera over to Waleed and give Waleed a close-up here in the microphone, and this is what we're going to do, okay? So everybody can do, here's what we're going to do. Let me get the camera set it up for, this is our little workaround. Here it is, okay? So just take it over the course, and do you want to hold as close as you can to Waleed, because the microphone is now that. And Waleed, could you just review the notes so that everybody online and knows what you wrote, go ahead, okay? Go ahead, just read. Global leader this semester.
Right, so for a global leader this semester, there's to be a global leader, there are global and local consequences. And what's most important is that not just to be global, but be local as well. So in that term, it would be called local.
Yeah.
There's a very huge complexity on this. You must be resilient, and a leader has this factor they must deal with, and it's always anxiety.
Yeah.
Very important here. And then you also have to deal with a planet-wide perspective, not just country, not just city, planet-wide. That's what's important in this world.
Yeah.
You look at the big picture, and doing so, your mindset will grow.
Excuse me. Benjamin, did you just hear Wally do the review? Let's see. I want to make sure. No. Okay. That's okay. I want to come back and I'll do it this way. All right. It's okay. The fact that you did it for us is excellent. Now I'm going to do it here. Okay. With the microphone here. Not to worry. Okay. Here is what Waleed wrote in the notes for everyone. You can see it behind me right now. Global leader this semester. We will always be looking at people who have developed initiatives, important initiatives that have global and local consequences. To be a global leader is to be able to think globally and locally at the same time. You have to deal with this kind of difficult problem of how you bring together those two things, global and local. That's complexity. Hold on a sec, Ron, I just want to make sure. You need to be resilient to deal with this. You will be problem solving a lot through this complexity. You're going to be feeling a lot of stress and anxiety as you have to deal with this complexity. You need to be resilient to be able to deal with that. You will always be thinking of a planet-wide perspective. You're going to grow your mind by having the big picture in your head a lot more often. You're not just going to be thinking of the campus of Durham College, of your life, but you're going to have in your mind the fact that you are actually on this planet. You are a human on this planet at a time when humans are changing the natural world. That's what climate change is. That's what artificial intelligence is. That's what prosthetics are. That's what medical science is doing. It's changing what nature put here. We humans are changing that fundamentally. And that creates all sorts of ethical, spiritual, and practical problems and challenges. That's our world. Waleed, thank you for taking the notes, okay? And come on back and give Waleed a hand just for doing this. You've got your 5 out of 5. I'd like to end today's class by bringing you all up for the activity, okay? So here we'll energize. And Ron, sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
Maybe next time if you want Wally to go with his notes, you can just be at the podium where you are and speak in the way that you are now. Instead of
Yeah, exactly. I've done that before. I will do that, Ron. Thanks. Just have him come right here. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. I'm just trying to find out something that's going to work this semester so that the students online can see all of you and not just, somebody here. But okay. So let me just, before you do this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Well, we'll make it work. It's a bit of odd number. So to help you, Lindsay, Ron, Wally, Elizabeth, and Melanie, would you all come here and stand shoulder to shoulder looking that way, okay? We're going to do a little activity. That's right. Okay. Excellent. Come right. Yeah. Good. Okay. And then for the rest of you, your name is Axel. Axel, could you come and stand in front of Lindsay? And Trevor, could you stand in front of Lindsay, please? And Jordan, please stand in front of Ron. And
No.
Yes.
Uh,
Ryan.
No. Yes.
Brian, please
Yes,
stand
right
in front
before.
of
No. Yes. No.
Kendra.
Yes, you put right before.
Kendra.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
You're going to be joined there, the two of you, okay?
No. Yes.
Here we go. You can actually start. As long as we're all facing each other. Excellent. Over here for Kendra and for Morgan.
Yes.
They're going to be one person, okay? And here's what's happening. When I say go, like this line here, just start telling the person in front of you where you would like to be. What you hope to when you and I'd like to and then you after a minute or so have this say the same thing to you. So you can and you're listen. And then or gift, I would like all of you to take one step to your right. Okay? So you'll move as one person, and so all of you to your right. And come around or over there. You come around, and you're going to be and it's going to be a circle. At the beginning. Okay, and then I'll help you. Okay. Sometimes a lot of students doing this, you get a bit of a train wreck at the beginning. It'll all make sense. So, when your mind okay, so I've set everybody up now for activity. Here is what I would like Benjamin. Is it Kensia? Kensia? Hello, Kensia. Humera? Oh, hi, great. You're sharing your camera. Way to go. And even Nathan is now. That's brave to be actually sharing your video so quickly. Okay. Is it Kensia? Is that how it's pronounced? You can just put it in live chat. We're having some tech difficulties today, so we'll just stick with the live chat, Kensia. But as long as I can see, that's great. Okay? Here is what I would like all of you to do who are online right now. I'd like you to write into the live chat what you hope to achieve in this class this semester, besides a great grade. But I want you to think about your expectations, and we're going to take all this up together, either today's class or next week. Okay? And I'll show you what's happening with the others. Okay. I'm gonna this. Okay, so now here I am, and you can see right now. There they are. Okay, switch. We're going to keep this moving. Yep. Switch one step to the right. Everybody takes one step to the right. One step to the right. Let's see. If we get train wreck. What? This is the next. One step to the right. Let's see. Good, good. And Kendra and Morgan have moved as one. Perfect. Keep going. One person listens, one person talks. Yeah. Way to go. Okay, so you can see. Doing the activity right now. And, so, Nathan, Hassan, Humera, Kensia, Benjamin, I want you all to write in the live chat what exactly are your expectations in class? What do you hope to achieve? Now, Humera, I see you. Are you speaking? Let me just see, because we're having some audio. Hold on. Go ahead, Humera, and put it in the live chat. Okay? Okay, so there you can see what's happening. I'm going to come back here. There we go. So now I can give you the proper audio, and when we want to see everyone else, I can do the other.
Huh?
Nathan, I see you working. Are you actually thinking? Are you in the class? I want to make sure. Or are you working on something else? Are you focused?
Cabo.
Do I have your attention?
Yeah, this one.
You can put it on the live chat, or I can't quite hear you. So, go ahead. Does everybody understand what I'm asking you to do? If you have any questions, just put it in the live chat, okay? Okay, switch. Yeah. Good. Go ahead. Good, Benjamin. Let's see. I'll use this. I'll try and speak. Excellent. So I would like to achieve getting out of my comfort zone and try to be part of more classes. I hope to learn something here. Great. Yeah, but Benjamin, you may not be able to come.
It was 3630 Lawrence Avenue
What would
East.
you like to learn? Okay. What kinds of things would you like to learn? It may be that you end up
3630 Lawrence
online
Avenue East.
for most of the semester, and I want to make sure that you're going to gain as much as you possibly can. Exactly. Leadership. What about the idea of thinking more globally, Benjamin? Globally and locally at the same time. You find that could be a challenge for you? Yeah, great. Okay. Good, Benjamin. I'm going to be saving this live chat. This will go into the class folder, okay? So it will be available for others to review later. Nathan? Good. In the class, I expect to learn how leaders think and act during stress. Furthermore, what I can do to become a... Well, we're going to be focusing on quite an amazing story about the case study of Romeo Dallaire, a general who went to he was working with the United Nations. Do you know the name General Romeo Dallaire, Nathan? He has quite a remarkable story to tell about stress. Time to switch. Great, good. Any train wrecks happening yet? No? No? Go ahead. For our live chat. I'm not seeing anything in the live chat yet. Are you in the class or are you walking your dog? Humera, is that how it's pronounced? I'm not seeing anything in the live chat right now. Why is that? Good. Follow Benjamin's lead and Nathan's lead. They've been writing already. I want to see your thoughts, okay? Okay, switch time. Kendra and Morgan are doing very well. Train wreck over here. Let's see. Okay. I am a little bit worried about the cosmos. Nathan, I'm not worried.
আমি এটা ফিনিশ করে নি, আমি যেটা
Are
খাবো।
you there?
Yes,
Or are you real?
সালমান।
Should I stop calling out your name? Oh, okay. Well, here comes Nathan with the question. I have a question.
না নষ্ট হবে না তো।
Very good question, Nathan, and I haven't addressed. Actually, because you are online, here is what you have for your host. Excuse me. If you would like 5 out of 5, if you would like absolutely 5 out of 5, Nathan, you have to do what the asynchronous students do. You have to write the question and the 225 to 250 word reflection on why you asked that question. If you are okay with 4 out of 5, and that's all, then you simply should just write a question. If you don't do the question or the reflection, but you came and you were online like this, you get 3 out of 5. So just by joining the class online and doing nothing afterwards, you would receive 3 out of 5 just by having joined the class online. But if you want 4 out of 5, you need the question, and if you want 5 out of 5, you need the full package. Does that make sense, Nathan? Just want to make sure, because I did not have a chance to address this, but you'll see the connect in the class 1 folder. You'll see discussion 1 board, and you'll also see on DC Connect on the calendar that your discussion 1, class 1 discussion post is due Tuesday before at 11:59 p.m. So that's, you will have the choice. You either do the question, you do the question and the reason. If you don't do either, then you just get 3 out of 5. Okay? Does everybody understand that? Online, Hassan, Humera, Kensia, Benjamin, do you understand what I just said? Thanks, Benjamin. Good. Okay. Okay, one more switch, and then we're going to conclude. Okay, one more switch, please. Yes. You've already met everybody, say? Seats. Excellent. Okay, then. Way to go. Here's what I need to explain for the final part of the class. This is not badly today. For me, I love having the camera moving around. Okay, so we have one final card to do, and then we're going to end the class in about 7 minutes, which is we were in the class every week at 11:45, and the reason we're doing that is we haven't had a break. So if you're fine with this, every week when you come in here, you're taking your surfboard into the class, metaphorically, right? The image, you're going down to the beach, you're going to get on a wave, and you're going to surf for 90 minutes, and you come back and you go have an break or something else. But if during that time you're out on the waves, you have to come in and then go back out again, it would not be the same. So the class is designed that there is no break. But if you feel you need one, then at 11 o'clock every week, if you really have to get to the washroom, It's okay. Come back quickly. If you have to respond to a text or something, no. Unless somebody has died, unless it's an emergency, you have to control the compulsion to be responding to every single update on your machine. If you can't control that, you are becoming a slave to your machine. So we have, is it okay, 5 minutes left? No break each week? Okay. Well, I'm going to make one final slide, and I think Walter has done good enough, and I'd like to just give out some good marks to somebody else by the end of today's class. Somebody who will get 5 out of 5 just for getting up there, and I just feel like Lindsay should be that person. I don't know why. It may be because she's the closest to the smartphone. Lindsay should go there and make a new slide. And now Lindsay has automatically 5 out of 5, and she's going to have to write something. Lindsay, could you please make a new slide? You go down to the bottom. Yep, she's been attentive. Good. So, next week, when we come back to the class, we will review what you did in the activity. But first, I'd like to do just a little bit of take-up. So let's call this take-up. Take-up. And Axel, since that's such a cool name. Axel. Axel. What did you gain from that activity? What did you hear about what people want, or what do you want to achieve? Let's crystallize this down to a couple of key points. Could you tell us what to write? Help Lindsay to write some critical things that came out of the content that you were hearing, you were saying about achieving in this class. Learn a lot about leadership. Make sense? Okay. What else? So more leadership than learning about how to think about the whole planet and the globe, and how you can open your mind and understand different countries and different places. But there's more about leadership and how to be a leader that has impact locally and globally. A leader who has impact locally and globally. Great. Okay, thanks. Ron? Open-mindedness. I might even add another term that comes from the military. Actually, it's something I do like to talk about from time to time. One of our guests we're going to do as a case study is General Romeo Dallaire. Have any of you heard of General Romeo Dallaire, the Canadian general who went to Rwanda to bring peace in a terrible conflict there, and has quite a story to tell about his mental health challenges? And in the military, it's called Max Flex. Did you write that down? Max Flex. Morgan, what do you think Max Flex means? I bet you know. You just aren't quite ready to tell us, but let's open that mind of yours and free it from fear. What do you think it means? And the fear is that you're going to look like an idiot. Well, we all feel that way. That's normal. We're all under stress like that. But you've got to get beyond that. Fear. You will not be an idiot. I promise you. You are not. What does it mean? What does max mean? What does max mean? Maximum. Okay, I won't push, okay? No problem. Maximum flexibility. Maximum flexibility. in war, or
Done.
when you are a medic trying to help people who have been injured in war, you have to deal with everything. You don't know what you're going to face. So you have to be able to adapt to any situation and then solve it. That's called max flex. So a medic, for example, this is where it comes mostly from medics who work in the military. They go out and they have to be ready for anything. Well, that's what a leader has to do when he or she is leading. Be ready for any problem and adjust. You got to be Connor McDavid. Have you ever seen how beautifully he moves the puck? You know who I'm talking about, Connor McDavid? Doesn't matter. He's coming in here, goes this way. The puck is glued to his stick. He is an absolute dream to watch. I just wish Austin Matthews could rise to the occasion. Connor McDavid is a leader of his own. No question. He is so gifted. Max Flex. He comes in, you know, Gretzky used to do the same. It's you can respond to any situation. Be ready. Maximum flexibility. That's hard, but if you can do it, you can solve all sorts of problems. Does that make sense? Great. So listen, the class is coming to its end, and we have a bit of take-up. I'm going to save those notes, post them in the class folder. Let me just show you where all of this is going to go, and then you will see here on DC Connect, right? Here is what you want to do. After the class, go to the content page, next to be local. Class 1, already the discussion board is there. I will be posting the recording of the class there, as well as the notes in the live chat. But here's the discussion board. Go to there. Class 1 discussion board. You have the choice of how you wish to participate in the class. You can attend the class in person, you can attend live online, synchronous, or you can participate at your own pace by watching the class recording and reviewing the material posted in the class folder. The breakdown of your weekly participation mark is as follows. In-person participation. Following the class, please post on the class discussion board one question you believe is important to ask. And I have to add, and if you took the notes, you get it automatically, okay? Synchronous participation, that's Kensia, Benjamin, Humera, Hassan, and Nathan, everybody in the cosmos. Following the class, please post on the class discussion board one question you believe is important to ask to receive full marks. As I explained to Nathan just a few moments ago, please follow the criteria below for asynchronous participation. Meaning, for the people in the cosmos, just by coming to the class today and doing nothing but being in the class, they get 3 out of 5. If Hassan was ghost in the class and was never there, I'll eventually find out. You know, but for now, he's going to get 3 out of 5. And I don't even know if he was there, but I'll deal with it later. But if he wants 4 out of 5, that's a question. If you want 5 participation. This does not apply to any of you today, okay? This is just so you know, in case next week you decide not to come to the in-person class. Asynchronous. After watching the class recording and reviewing the other items in the folder, please post on the class discussion board one question you believe is important to ask, along with the reason for the question. The question and reason should be between 225 to 250 words and should be posted no later than Tuesday, January the 20th at 11:59 p.m. In the end, this discussion board really does become the place where everybody in the class, online, in person, sort of comes together. You'll be able to read what others are thinking about who you will never meet, but they're out there. And you will see questions. And I would just say, finally, when you do this and you want to benefit from this class, for all of you online, particularly for the recording, please and I beg you, I'm going to get down on my knees and beg you, do not farm out your mind to ChatGPT. Don't do it. Please, don't do it. I will eventually find out, and I'm going to hit you hard, but more than that,
Araw.
you will be among the humans that is dragging human civilization ever down. You know what the word is? There's even a word now that's been coined by an American critic. I don't always like to quote Americans because I'm so, of course, we're all angry with the US, but it's called enshittification. Have any of you heard of this word? It's a wonderful word. That's right. Enshittification. ENSHITTIFATION. Enshittification. And that word means that technology, which promised to make us freer, smarter, and more connected, is actually making us stupid. We are using it to the point where it's doing our thinking for us, and human civilization is bringing itself down, down, down. It's being shitified. Because we humans do not want to think anymore. We just want the machines to do it for us. Does that make sense? I don't want you to be shitified. Does that make sense? I want to bring you up. Ready, complex world, and lead. Okay, everybody, have a great week. You can always email me, reach me online. I'll see you next week. And for those of you in the co-host, Kensia, are you sure about that? Because all the content is on DC Connect. So, are you a first-year student, Kensia? I need you to respond to me, okay, in the live chat, in as fast as you can, okay? Kensia, I'm talking to you right now. Okay. Your friend gives you the link. Okay. Yeah, have a good week. Not to worry, Kensia. Please bring your concerns up in next week's class, okay? Come to the class at the beginning, either online like this or in person, and I will help you. All right. And if you need your questions answered in more detail, send me an email. Okay. And I'm going to write you my email address here. Okay. Lon.appleby at durhamcollege.ca. Kenzie, if you have any questions, you can email me there, okay? If not, I'll see you next week. Not to worry. Great. It's great that you're in the class, and I'll get you caught up, okay? Thanks, everybody. I'm going to end now, and I need to save the live chat. That's how I'll track attendance. So let me just do that. Let's go. Allow. Good. It just did it for me? Yeah, great. Okay, so see you all next week. Hassan, Nathan, Humera, Kenzie, and Benjamin. Take care. End the live stream. Good.